What is up, guys? Coop here, and today we're going to be looking at how to build Ifan. So I have done a variety of different updated guides. I'm doing one for each of the origin characters. A lot of patches have kind of passed, and we're going to look at some of them that have changed and whatnot in general, just to kind of get a better understanding of how the game works nowadays. So Ifan, his build has not really changed too much over the past, but we're going to look a little bit closer and just reaffirm some points. So, the first thing, that as a human-based character, he gets Encourage, which increases all primary attributes by 1. So, super great ability for the party, super great for if you have any summons or any monsters or minions or whatever spawned as well. And then his source-based ability is Summon Ifan Soul Wolf, which is a soul wolf that can howl and bite enemies. Basically, super all good ability, and it doesn't scale with anything besides summoning level and casting level. So, really nice ability there. And then the human-based ability, where it gives them bonus 2 to initiative and 5% crit. And then he's also thrifty, so it helps him out with bartering. So, how do we build this character? Well, honestly, most of it is built however the hell you want, to be honest. The point of the matter is you want to abuse the bonus initiative and 5% crit. You want to do the encourage skill. And if you actually want to utilize all this together, the best way to honestly build him is probably building him as a ranger, but with summoning. And you might be saying, well, why would you build him that way? Well, what we're going to be doing here, as I show you guys real quick. And we don't need Luck Charm. Luck Charm's a terrible ability. Just abuse the bartering, to be honest. So what we can do here is we can summon... I always like totems. You don't have to go for totems. You can honestly do the incarnate. What's really nice about this is what you can do is you use the encourage skill. It boosts up all the different people around you. You can use the initiative to do your setup of summoning stuff or summoning your totems and whatnot. And then you also have Ricochet to give you a little bit more damage on the high ground, and Elemental Arrows to do some more magical damage, so you can do magical or physical damage depending on the situation. Same with your Incarnate, so you can do magical or physical based damage. Now, keep in mind you're also going to want to pick up the totem based ability later on. So, Incarnate's not bad, but totems are definitely better. And then eventually when you get your source point, you're going to be summoning your wolf, who gets powered up due to summoning. You're going to want to make sure that you get your summoning up to 10. There's a huge difference there. He's not bad as a lone wolf character, as it increases their maximum AP, recovery AP, pretty much everything, and doubles the amount of points they get. So you're putting in technically 2 points in the summoning and 2 points into Huntsman, so just as long as you have the high ground, you'll do way more damage. So you'll be doing 10% more damage while on the high ground, while your summoning is running around doing everything. The reason I like summoning the Incarnate, though, is I'll summon the Incarnate, I'll have it with Taunt running around, and then I'll break its their physical armor, and then the Incarnate will taunt them. They'll be attacking my Incarnate, and then I can just sit there and just do Ricochet, which hits 2 different targets for 28 to 33 damage, and forks up to 2 times, and it's based off of my finesse, so I can just build my stuff off of finesse and wits and not have to worry so much about having constitution like other people. So one of the biggest issues with being a summoner is having to worry about constitution and running around, but if you just focus on having one summon based ability, then you're pretty set. But I would highly suggest picking up the totems along with everything else. But the Elemental Arrows is just a nice thing to have in general, because it also allows you to do magical damage if you need it. And Ricochet is really nice because it just hits 2 different targets. Another one is this one, which also cripples the person, but that's resisted by physical damage. This is pure damage, so keep in mind that's a huge difference. That's resisted by physical armor. This is pure damage. Just a really nice ability overall. Now, you can honestly build them however you want. You can exclude the Ifan Soul Wolf ability and just like forget about summoning completely and just focus on Encourage and Initiative. But basically, you just have Encourage and Initiative. It's just an overall buff-based ability, and him giving Initiative and crit. So as long as you abuse the crit, you're pretty much in the clear. Just make sure that you abuse the crit, because if you don't abuse the crit, then there's no purpose of playing him. There's a million other better characters out there. But the point of the matter is just try to build something around that. I like the Encourage skill because you get to summon stuff, and then at the same time they get buffed up, and then also you have the setup of doing your own stuff with your own crit and whatnot. So anyways, I know it's a pretty short video, but Ifan's honestly one of my least favorites because he just doesn't have that much of a toolkit. It's like if you aren't playing him as a summoner or in a range-based character or a rogue-based character, he's kind of completely useless, to be honest. Just as long as you kind of build him how you want. He has the least amount of ratios that are helpful, but honestly, I'm sure that you can make a build really work however you want. You can out-level, and you can also find different spells throughout the entire game. You don't have to build around the wolf. You're going to get way more spells later down the line. This game is very beautiful in the fact that you can build however you want. Ifan's just not my personal favorite, but like, comment, subscribe, and tell me in the comments below how you build Ifan. I actually love reading those. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next time.